I was in a rap rock band that had the opportunity to do a few USO tours where they send you overseas to different countries and you play music for US troops. It was a really cool experience, and one of the places they sent us was Singapore. The main event that they had us scheduled to perform at in Singapore was an officer's Christmas ball. This was not a casual Christmas party. This was like the brass. They were all really stiff, no-nonsense military officers. We were, you know, partying a lot, and we had probably been drinking for several days, and when we got to Singapore, that was no exception. We carried on. We showed up to the venue early, which was like a really fancy banquet hall. Got our sound check done, and we had a lot of free time on our hands. So we start wandering around. What we found was a stock room full of like props and costumes for other events they'd had there. You know what they had? Sumo outfits. You know, the big marshmallowy sumo costumes that people could put on and wrestle. So of course we put them on and got to business. You can imagine how that went. We were making a pretty big scene. So we're doing our whiskey infused sumo wrestling, and in comes a group of officers and MPs. What are you doing in here? They pulled us aside and started yelling at us and grilling us. They did not want us outside of our designated area. Somebody probably told us that. At this point, all the people that were planning the event were on hand, so there was a nice group of people around to see this happening. Nothing happened past that. They just kind of like, okay, well, you have a job to do. You get over here and do your job. And we were like, yeah, no problem, sure. So showtime comes around, and like I said, we were a rap rock band, and our music was pretty aggressive. I'm not sure why they booked us at the officer's ball. We fired into our first song, and everybody stayed at the back, way back. I think they ended up cutting us short. We were not their cup of tea. They were not terribly happy with us, but they knew it wasn't our fault. We didn't book ourselves there. This was a military event. Anyway, I think the officers' wives felt bad that we got yelled at, so they boxed up a bunch of sandwiches and fresh fruit for us to send us back to our hotel or whatever. And that was really nice of them. Anyway, none of us went to jail, and we all made it home.